Hi everyone, my name is Shelley Sackier and I'm the Director of Distillery Education here at Reservoir Distillery in Richmond, Virginia. When we opened our doors in 2008, we knew we were all about provenance, all about Virginia ingredients. We use two farmers to supply our grains, both within 45 miles of the distillery. We've created 3 unique 100% single-grained whiskeys to highlight each distinctive flavor, the flavors of corn and wheat and rye. And we offer you the opportunity to learn precisely what that pure grain tastes like and whether that grain appeals to your palate. Today, we're talking about one of Reservoir's premium whiskeys, our Reservoir Wheat. We offer our wheat whiskey in 2 sizes, 375 and 750 milliliter bottles. We also place them at 100 proof so that our consumers can take it straight or add what you believe is just the right amount of water to your glass, just tempering it to the proof of your liking. So our wheat whiskey, which by the way was 2019 Wheat Whiskey of the Year by Cigars Lover magazine, is savory and it's soft. It's got a mash bill of 100% wheat and it's aged in quarter cask barrels for 2.5 years, although we are also aging them in larger casks as well. Now, wheat tends to be used as a flavoring grain and it makes most whiskeys smoother. It works well as an introductory whiskey for those people inexperienced in barrel-aged bourbons. And although this guy is lacking a bourbon mash bill, we've deemed it our beginner bourbon. Now, I never present tasting notes to our patrons as every person's biology is uniquely different and what I may smell and taste may not resonate with your individual experience. Instead, let me give you a few easy tips to make your first handshake with our wheat whiskey shine. When first looking at a whiskey, I suggest you pay attention to color, viscosity, and clarity. So a whiskey's color spans the spectrum from gin clear to a deep treacle, and it may identify both the type of cask used and the time spent in said cask. So viscosity is simply a measurement of a whiskey's thickness, but sometimes it can indicate something about the age and proof of a whiskey. Clarity is the final bit to eyeball. Some distilleries will choose to chill filter their whiskeys, which is simply a method to use to remove any residue that may appear during the whiskey making process. But by removing these oily congeners, you might be stripping the whiskey of substantial flavor. So we do not chill filter here at Reservoir. I always suggest people use a tulip-shaped glass when first nosing and tasting a new whiskey, as the shape of the glass steers the whiskey's aromatic compounds directly to your nose and to a small patch of tissue called the olfactory epithelium. It's an organ that holds many of your body's aroma receptors. Now, here's where you can focus on identifying all the primary, secondary, and any tertiary aromas that are present within the whiskey. So just pass the glass beneath your nose several times, as some of those scents may take time to make themselves known. And when you're ready to take a sip, don't immediately swallow. Coat all the surfaces of your mouth and note whether your tongue prickles as the liquid passes over it. If it does, add a few drops of water to your glass, as anesthetizing your taste buds definitely will interfere with your ability to identify any flavor compounds within the spirit. Lastly, choose a few words that are going to help identify the finish on your whiskey. Is it long or dry, chewy or clean, or maybe lingering and fresh? I'm sure you can come up with a few terms that are meaningful to you and your experience. So thanks for joining me with Reservoir's beautiful wheat whiskey. I hope you enjoy it, and we hope to see you soon.